You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Excited that we can go through our community's questions each and every weekend. And you know what? This weekend, I've been excited, looking forward to getting back into these questions. I've been doing so much travel over the last couple months that it's just nice to really be back in my office, reading over our community's questions, getting to, re-engage with the integrative health practitioner community, get on our Facebook page, and next week being Thanksgiving, just a time to start to unwind, reconnect with family, with friends, and just honestly getting back to reaching out to the community. Travel does take a lot out of me, and I know a lot of people in general, so just excited to be back with you here today. Really looking forward to our questions. If you're new to the house calls on the weekend, we go over all things wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging here. And this comes in at stephencabral.com/ask Cabral if you have a question of your own. My recommendation is that since it takes me about 10 to 12 weeks to get back to these questions, just because we get hundreds that come in all the time, is that if you have a daily question, head on over to cabralsupportgroup.com. You can ask your question right there. My team will let me know if they don't have the answer. I'll answer it for you. And also, if you have a question on your order or which lab test to run, whatever it might be, you can always email us personally. If it's an order question, just go to support@equilibriumnutrition.com. We're happy to help you. And then if you're looking to schedule an appointment with our team as a private wellness client, and you don't want to just do one of the lab orders online, the best thing to do would just be email support@stephencabral.com, and they can help you get set up to apply as a private wellness client. We get a lot of those questions, so I just wanted to put that out there. Obviously, we never have to have you become a private wellness client. We're always happy to answer your questions completely free at cabralsupportgroup.com and through Ask Cabral. So, as I said, excited to get started, and let's go. All right, the first question today is from Jose. Jose is writing and asking, "Hello, Stephen. I'm so glad I found your podcast. I was wondering, how do I sign up for your functional medicine educational program? I work as a physical therapist and have found myself frustrated at times because I see patients with issues other than musculoskeletal issues that I can't help. I know other systemic issues may lead to musculoskeletal pain they may be having." So all questions today will be at stephencabral.com/1016. So stephencabral.com/1016. If I don't read the whole question, just know that I've read the whole question. And I just wanted, for time, being able to answer everyone's questions. I'll just read a little bit of the question. So that's at 1016. And Jose, happy to answer this question. It came in on August 19th. So again, we're always maintaining about 12 weeks behind. I would love to be able to do it faster. It's just, I dedicate 2 days a week to answering questions, just not able to do more than that at this time. So Jose, I'm sure you figured it out and you found out. Hopefully you're part of our integrative health practitioner community now. That is at integrativehealthpractitioner.org. This will be my life's work, teaching others to teach others how to heal. And I love that. I love that I will not be the one forever and ever and ever working with people just individually. My goal is to create a practitioner network all over the world. We have people in, it's at least 30 countries, all over Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, all over the US. We have people in Mexico. So literally all over the world now as part of the Integrative Health Practitioner Program. So you can just head over there, Jose, if you haven't already found out about it or signed up to be a part of it. Check that out. I don't know yet, but I think we might be doing one more opening in 2018 before the normal pricing starts in 2019. All right, Jeanette's up next. Hi, Dr. Ball. First off, I love every episode and learn so much from you. Thank you. I really look forward to every episode and have enjoyed the recent ones on Ayurvedic doshes. Much like you, my passion is to help others with their health in a naturopathic way. I've been looking at schools, but it's so hard to know how to get a degree as a naturopath or practitioner. That doesn't take 7 years to complete or break the budget. Can you recommend a great online school? Have you heard of New Eden? If so, what are your thoughts? Okay, let me answer this for you because I'm happy to help. Now, about 10 years ago or so, 15 years ago, you could actually get a naturopathic doctoral degree by doing like a hybrid-based program online and in person. But now, to become a naturopathic doctor, you do have to go to one of they have accepted now more than just the 4. And of course, you can just go to those if you want online just by typing in licensed naturopathic doctoral schools, and you'll see Bastyr, and you'll see Southwest, and you'll see Bridgeport. So you'll see all those schools, and there's also 2 in Canada as well. So those won't take 7 years. Believe it or not, a lot of those schools don't even require internships, which, they're great schools. Don't get me wrong. I love all naturopathic doctoral schools. And probably the best well-known right now is probably Bastyr, but I mean, the other schools are great as well. So there's that. But there's no online school that you could go to become a naturopathic doctor. So what I would recommend, though, is that you may not be looking to take that path. And so those are 4-year schools, by the way. But you might not be looking to take that path. You might do something such as the Integrative Health Practitioner Level 1 and Level 2, so that you can begin to work with people on their overall health and lifestyle and the de-stress protocol. And then if you do Level 2 through the Integrative Health Practitioner program, you'll actually be able to work with people with lab testing and all of those as well. You just won't be able to do it from a medical perspective, but you'll be able to do it from a health coaching perspective, and you'll be able to help people in the same way. And maybe that's what you're looking for. And so, again, to each their own. And in my opinion, it's all great. I mean, it really is. The more people that we get helping others, the better. I will never talk anyone out of becoming a naturopathic doctor because it is absolutely amazing. But at the same time, if you want to do something closer to a 8-month to year program by doing levels 1 and 2 with the Integrative Health Practitioner program, then you will be off to the races. And then even if you decided after that to go back and become a naturopathic doctor, you'd be already set with a lot of your education and you could be practicing the whole time. So completely up to you. We just like to give people options. And again, like I'm a fan of all. I'm a fan of personal training. I'm a fan of going back to become a psychologist to work in maybe that aspect as well. But you not only would be a psychologist, you'd be a psychologist also using exercise and diet and nutritional supplements. So again, like I'm just a proponent of all health and fitness professionals, and I want everyone to simply work together for the good of the client or patient. So for me, like in Boston, I have a huge network of chiropractors, and I've got acupuncturists, and I've got massage therapists, and I've got cryotherapy, and I've got float tank, and I've got sauna. So I've got like different connections with everybody, because for me, it's bringing people together rather than separating each other into, oh, my form of medicine is better than your form of medicine. I'm so over that. Maybe I was like that when I was younger in my 20s, but I'm just not like that anymore. And it's just, that's the ego speaking, because honestly, there's only so many hours in the day. I can't spend, 2 hours a day with one person. Like nobody can do that. It wouldn't be cost effective for the patient or wellness client. And you wouldn't be able to help very, very many people if you did that much work with one person. So again, I think we can all work together on this. And Jeanette, hopefully that answers your question. Elizabeth is up next. Elizabeth's asking, hi, Dr. Brawl. I've had a fixed retainer with bonded metal wires for about 7 years. Is it possible that some metals are leaching from the retainer and possibly exposing me to heavy metals? At least once a year, I get professional dental hygiene, and the fixed retainer doesn't bother me other than the potential heavy metals. I'm considering having it removed, but given the money I spend correcting my teeth, I really don't want misaligning. Oh, this is a great question, and this has never come up before. Okay, I want to answer this question. And this is really important. And I've never answered this question because it's never come up. It's obviously come up in my private practice, but not online. So this is Elizabeth on 820. She's from London. Okay. Yes, you can absolutely be getting some heavy metal from the retainer. But the retainer typically is made of plastic and it's covering some of the gums as well. We have a lot of dentists, biological dentists joining Integrative Health Practitioner program as well. And they can speak to this in the program, as well as, I would say, at CabralSupportGroup.com. But the problem is this. We're actually seeing with people that use Invisalign and fixed retainers, more issues with bacterial overgrowth in the mouth, potential cardiovascular-based issues, And that's because the bacteria gets trapped under the retainer. So it's your own bacteria in your mouth, though, that starts to fester. And so this is why it could be an issue. Now, if it's simply the metal and there's no plastic like an Invisalign, then you should be okay. But most retainers have some type of plastic that actually covers the soft tissue in the mouth and can allow bacteria to begin to overgrow. In my opinion, if your body was not made that way, I don't like to add it to the body. Now, some people, they broke their arm when they were younger or a leg and they have pins put in or screws put in. As long as they're made of titanium or they're made of something that the body is not going to necessarily have an autoimmune response against, I don't have an issue. If it were me, again, I totally understand the money spent on your teeth and all that. I had braces when I was younger for 5 years. Believe me, that was not a good time. But my opinion is this: I would not use it if it were me, but I don't want you to do what's based on my opinion. But I would love for you to look into how bacteria can collect under those retainers or Invisalign. All right, Ashley is up next. Ashley's asking, love your podcast. You've inspired me in many ways. I wanted to see if you have any experience with abnormal or irregular migraines. I've had only 3 in my life, and they've been very spread out. During the first one, I actually believed I was having a mini stroke. It starts with an aura, and I start to feel uneasy, get blurred vision and dizziness. Then I get a headache and numbness in my left hand. I've seen neurologists a couple times. They've done MRIs, echocardiogram. They have no idea what's causing this. Actually, absolutely. We've done a few shows on migraines. I would love for you to type in migraine at stephencabral.com/podcasts. All right. A lot of answers right there. We've done 1,000+ shows, with today being 1016. So I can tell you my practice, many, many times, migraines come from a lack of magnesium, toxicity, liver toxicity, heavy metal, tension, stress, histamine issues. So there's obviously quite a bit, right? Well, by running a few labs, such as the hair tissue mineral analysis, and I would also say for you the organic acids test, well, it could be from food sensitivities. Here's the thing. I would love for you to run the Dr. Ball Big 5, because then you're going to figure out what the imbalances are in your body, what the deficiencies are, what the toxicities are, and then we can begin to help you to rebalance the body so that migraines can exist. So Ashley, that's exactly what I would do. I know that not everyone's able to afford the Dr. Ball Big 5, but it's really the answer to figuring out what the imbalances are in your body. And if not, what you could do is you could listen to my previous shows, run the starter kit, which is just the organic acids test and hair tissue mineral analysis, and then begin a rotation diet to figure out which foods may be causing the migraines or headaches as well. Hopefully that was helpful, Ashley, and there's many more shows on that as well. Evelyn's up next. Hi, I have a history of indigestion as well as heartburn. I get bouts of loose stool where I have to run to the bathroom. I'm fighting severe fatigue with a past history of Lyme, H. pylori, Babesia that I treated for a year homeopathically through a specialist in Maine. Started to take B2, which seems to be helping. I've tried immune system boosters, but it seems like those overstimulate my system and cause things to get worse. I have a superb diet and I'm pescatarian. I don't eat dairy or wheat. I work out 5 to 6 days a week, mostly cardio. I struggle with a hiatal hernia as well, on and off, which my mom and daughters also struggle with. All right, Evelyn, let's see if we can get you some help. You have indigestion, heartburn, and bouts of loose stool. All right, so we have to look completely at digestion. This is our big thing to look at first. Of course, there could be some stress involved in this. Would love for you to run, even if you can just run those 2 labs, organic acids test and stool test. We could see if there's anything left. We specialize in digestion. There's no doubt about it in my mind that if you have parasites, H. pylori, SIBO, or Candida, will help you remove that, rebuild that, so that there's no issues left in the gut. After that, we're going to look at the overstimulation of your system, which has to do, again, then you could run a hair tissue mineral analysis and you could run a thyroid adrenal hormone. Now, if you can run the Dr. Ball Big 5, great. If you can just run 2, I would run the organic acids test and absolutely the stool test. That will let us know what's going on here, and then we can begin to really work on, I would say, revamping your digestive system. It seems like there's an imbalance, at least with the good to negative based flora, bacteria in the gut, and potentially an issue with the amount or lack of hydrochloric acid being produced in the stomach. Again, I need a little bit more data. B2 is great. It's fine to take. I would love to see you on an activated multivitamin rather than just the B2 alone. B vitamins seem to work better, not seem to, do work better as a synergist to each other rather than just one by itself. So hopefully that was helpful. And again, every Friday in 2018, we've been doing a Friday review on all the different B vitamins that you could check out as well. Jim is up next. Jim wrote in, "Hi, I struggle with having to constantly clear my throat due to phlegm. I cutting out wheat, gluten, and dairy out of my diet, and that did not seem to help. I'm not sure what causes this or where it begins. I have a small splitting cracks on my lips and point of pain in the winter. No lotion seemed to help. Swimming in salt water and being in the humidity clears it up right away. That makes sense, but living in Maine, I do not often have the option and it comes right back. Lastly, while I'm sleeping at night, I'm constantly jerking and making sudden movements, almost like full body twitching, looking forward to it." So all of this is perfect. This is exactly the type of things that I ask for. Like, what do you think that you should be telling me that you don't want to say because you don't think it's that big a deal? I always ask my private wellness clients that. And if you're a health practitioner, do that. Because you just said swimming in salt water and humidity helps clear it up. Okay. That could be from dry skin, but also you then said I have twitching and jerking at night and making sudden movements. That is absolutely an imbalance with the electrolytes and minerals within the body. So what we need to do is, ideal world, we're running the organic acids test, hair tissue mineral analysis, and then we're running something called the thyroid adrenal hormone. Those are 3 labs that we're running for you. We're looking at depleted magnesium levels in your body. Now, of course, you could just start with 0 breakfast, 1 cap at lunch, 2 caps at dinner of the full spectrum magnesium. And that assumes that you're using the Dr. Cabral daily protocol in the morning to make sure that you're getting all of your other vitamins and nutrients. There's that. It also sounds that you might be a little bit sodium deficient. I don't know that for sure. Of course, I don't know that until I see labs. And of course, you can add a little bit of sea salt to meals. Himalayan sea salt is a great place to start, or Redmond's real salt is fine as well. So that's what I can give you until I have more data points. This is fairly easy to correct. It could be B vitamin deficiencies with a crack in the lips. But again, it could be a hydration-based issue, not getting enough water, and that is because your body also needs minerals in order to absorb that water. You can't just take in water without the minerals. You need that as well. That's the place I would get started. That's exactly what I would do if I were you. All right. L. Caesar is the name that I have here. Is up next. Hey, Dr. Cabral. From Tobago, great show. It's been a life changer ever since I heard you on Jay Ferrugia's podcast. I recommend it to everyone I know. The Rain Barrel Effect book is excellent. Just wondering if you've ever done a show with regard to an Ayurvedic take or what natural means there are, if any, to boost male and female virility, enhancement, libido, etc., with regards to sexual performance and measures to prevent any onset of problems like erectile dysfunction, loss of erection, loss of sexual desire. Used search bar and didn't come up with anything. As always, keep up the great work. It's making a huge difference worldwide. Okay, thank you for this question. And I have talked about this, but it's never directly to do with libido, meaning that I give you all the reasons why libido decreases. And that's because of sympathetic nervous system dominance, so fight or flight based stress. And it also has to do with a lack of vitamins, minerals, and neurotransmitters. If you're low in dopamine, you're not going to be as sexually active, most likely. You're not going to be as interested in sex. And the reason is that you don't have as much of the kind of drive, ambition for overall life. And so sexual performance and desire will also be less. If you're in fight or flight or you're stressed, you're going to start to decrease in what's called progesterone for women. And then for sure, for men, testosterone would begin to decline as well. So what I look for is not necessarily all the little hacks like herbs you could use, although you can use them. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I look for are the underlying root causes why there are issues. It can happen at any time in life. I mean, I work with people in their 20s and there's a lack of libido. And the reason is that, again, they're deep into the sympathetic nervous system dominance, chronic fatigue, adrenal-based issues, HPA, axis dysfunction, low thyroid, etc. So the number one test to run is the thyroid adrenal hormone. The second lab test would be the hair tissue mineral analysis, and the third would be the organic acids test. That's what I would run. Then we find out what your deficiencies are, and we bring those right back up. So hopefully that at least gave you a good place to start. That's how we help people in my practice. Again, you have to make sure that you're just doing something like the Dr. Cabral Daily Protocol in the morning, that you're taking additional vitamin C, that you're using balanced zinc with dinner. Those are the things that are going to enhance testosterone and boost hormones in the first place. Use an activated B complex at lunch that give your body the nutrients that it needs. But again, you can look at deeper labs to find out what your body truly may be missing that leads to either the higher levels of stress or the lack of desire or performance in life. All right? Thanks, El Caesar, for writing in. Katie's up next and last today. She writes in, "Hi, Dr. Cabral and team. I've been loving your Ayurvedic podcast. I've recently read The Rain Barrel Effect in the Paleo-Vedic Diet and Vasant Lad's book, Ayurveda, The Self-Healing, many times. Yet, I'm struggling to choose the correct foods for my dosha. I'm pretty positive I'm Vata Kapha. I'm 43, no health issues, but want to lose 10 pounds around the middle. I'm a yoga instructor, and I've been teaching for 15 years. Although I'm from New England originally, I live in South Florida, and find it hard to swear off smoothies and cold foods when it's always hot here. So many of the Vata pacifying foods contradict the Kapha pacifying foods. How do I know which is out of balance? Since I've accumulated a little weight, should I lean towards the Kapha diet? I did the 7-day detox a few weeks ago and did lose 3 pounds, but a couple crept back, laughing out loud. I'm planning on doing it again soon. Thanks for your help." All right, Katie, this is a great question. And this is actually an easy answer. Let's say your body type is Vata Kapha. Well, you're currently, because you need to lose 10 pounds, in a more Kapha-based state. Easy. We're going to follow more of a Kapha-based diet. So an anti-Kapha-based diet. So we're going to be doing less of the Vata-based foods, of course, and more of the things that decrease Kapha. So less of the mucogenic-based foods. We're going to do less processed starches. We're going to do less grains overall. We're going to do more veggies as your carbs. So the best thing that you could do, why don't I just give you the answer? This is where I would start at least. You're going to do the 7, 14, or 21-day Dr. Cabral detox. Then you're going to listen to the episode, How Not to Retox After a Detox. Just check that out at stephencabral.com/podcast. And then you're also going to listen to an episode called How to Transition Off a Low-Carb Diet. Okay? So 7, 14, or 21-day detox. Then, as you're doing the detox, listen to How Not to Retox After a Detox and listen to How to Transition Off a Low-Carb Diet. Not only will you lose the weight, you won't gain it back as well because you'll find your sweet spot in terms of diet, how many carbs you can take in to balance your Vata Kapha. Now, if the weight always seems to be more of an issue, you actually may have it flipped. You might be more of a Kapha Vata, but again, what you look at is your current state, which is so you're talking about your genotype or your Prakriti. We want to talk about your Vikriti right now, where you're at in life, okay? Also known as your phenotype. Hopefully this was helpful. Really great questions today. Thank you so much, Katie, and everyone who wrote in. Always excited to be able to answer your questions each and every weekend. And we are up to August 22nd. I know we have a couple more from August 22nd to go. If you wrote in after August 22nd, your question is coming soon on an upcoming Cabral HouseCall. And remember, tomorrow I'll be back answering more of our community's questions. Take care, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. Bye. Are you ready to heal yourself and then go on to heal others? If so, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute can help you discover proven functional medicine protocols that blend the best of 7 different healing disciplines from around the world. I personally share with you the exact handouts and protocols I use in my private practice that enable people to get well, lose the weight, and live longer, stronger. I want to pass this information on to the next generation of health coaches, and that is exactly why I created IHP. We are the future of the health coaching industry, and the skills and knowledge you will learn will make you an in-demand certified health coach anywhere in the world. Although we have many medical professionals taking the IHP certifications, no experience is necessary, and half our members have no previous health certifications. At the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, our motto is a health coach in every home. Our goal is that you take this knowledge and then share it with family, friends, loved ones, your community, or in a practice where you create a career you love and can be proud of. The global IHP community is filled with some of the most kind and caring people in the world, and we can't wait to welcome you into our world soon. For more information or to set up a discovery call with one of our IHP Health Coach graduates, simply head over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org.